Today we'll talk about 2024 real estate housing market predictions in Toronto, Canada. Before we dive in, let me just put a disclaimer that these predictions are not set in stone and this is just for informational and entertainment and not a financial advice. If you would like more in-depth information, you can schedule a consultation with my team and I will put the information in the description below. These predictions are not just a hunch either, as I took so much time and effort into researching, watching the news, reading, and listening to what the other analysts are saying who are also watching the market tightly. My name is Lei Villar Cisneros, and if you like these types of videos, please subscribe and like this channel. Let's go! Prediction number 1. Home prices will be 5 to 6% higher by the end of 2024. So if you're waiting on the fence, trying to time the market and waiting for the interest rates to go down, remember, you're not alone, and as soon as the interest rate has gone down, these other buyers, meaning your competition, will come running as well. And that will drive up the prices just like what we saw in the last quarter of 2021. Real estate follows a cyclic event and the laws of supply and demand. If the demand is high while the supply is low, the price will go up. We notice that more buyers buy during the lowest interest rate season, and this is understandably because more buyers will qualify when the rate is low, which brings us to the next prediction. Prediction number 2. Mortgage interest rates will go down this year to a tune of 1 to 2 full percentage point. The market is projecting 5 rate cuts of 25 bips by the end of next year, starting in April this year. Before unleashing rate cuts though, the Bank of Canada has to see multiple inflation rates below 3%, not just one. That means an April cut might still not happen amidst the high probability. In response to this, Canadians are tightening their belts, and it's got nothing to do with the new fad diet. Bank of Canada data shows tapped-out Canadians are slashing spending. That's bad news for employment, but ringing a bell for inflation and mortgage rates. Mortgage interest rate cost fell to 28.6% year over year. This is good news for landlords but bad news for renters, as rent inflation ticked 30 bips higher to 7.7% year over year. Economic weakness and slowing inflation will prompt rate cuts starting mid-year. That brings us to prediction number 3. Inflation is coming down and is expected to continue to slow around the world. We saw the Bank of Canada's aggressive pace of interest rate hikes not seen in 40 years in 2023. And as a consequence, the inflation is starting to fall across the board. Well, this is a global phenomenon, not only in Canada. Now, we haven't seen yet the impact of higher interest rates on economies. But in Canada, where we are more rate sensitive than others, a small change in the rate has caused our home sales to climb up surprisingly in December. And as a result, inflation went up again, up to 3.4% compared to November at 3.1%. Although the Bank of Canada has still some inflation concerns because core inflation is still running between 3.5 and 4%, it held its interest rate at 5% for the third time. Now, market watchers are looking for signs of interest rate cuts as a result of this. The good news is the head inflation, aka Consumer Price Index, is 3.1%, which is somewhat close to the Canada's target range, which is between 1 and 3%. I guess we'll just have to see where this is coming. When the first interest rate announcement of the year comes on January 24th. This is so nerve-wracking. Speaking of policy rate announcement, the Bank of Canada schedules 8 policy rate announcements annually. And this falls on January 24th, March the 6th, April the 10th, June 5th, July the 24th, September 4th, October 23, and December 11 this year. We don't expect a cut in January, but still the consensus prediction is that a rate reduction will start in April by a quarter point. With these interest rate cuts and inflation slowdown, more people will be able to afford homes and will give rise to the home sales, which is my prediction number 4. Prediction number 4, there will be more real estate transactions in 2024. It just makes sense. The demand for housing is always high, and with the influx of new immigrants, it not only affects the purchasing, but rental is also skyrocketing. Related to this prediction is my prediction number 5. Rental prices are going to be higher in 2024. Did you know that you can't get a decent home now for $3,000? That's just the lower end of the rental for upper portion of a home now. If you're still looking for a rental at this price for the whole house, that's not going to happen. At least not in Toronto. Prediction number 6. Recession is here. Yes, you heard it right. Recession is on its way and will happen in the first half of this year. That's where we are right now. Can't really tell the exact month, but all the numbers are pointing to a recession. Most analysts are predicting a slowing economy with a short and shallow recession, which will just about rebalance our economy for the better. Prediction number 7, affordability is becoming a threat to first-time home buyers. Despite the lowering interest rates, the reality is this paves way to more competition on the market, and most first-time home buyers that have less than 20% down payment is stuck to a 25-year amortization option, coupled with a 2% stress test that brings the rate about high 6 to mid 7s. It's brutal. This is really becoming a hurdle, a huge stumbling block to home ownership. Those people that are renewing their mortgage this year will see a significant increase in their mortgage payment. I actually am creating a separate video on this topic alone, and I will link it up once it's there. Keep an eye on it. Do you think my predictions are in line with what's going on in the market right now? Write your thoughts in the comment section below. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Check my other videos relating to our real estate housing market update. My name is Lei Villar Cisneros, and if you like these types of videos, please subscribe and like this channel.